everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel and thank you so much for coming back. If you've been watching my videos, by now you'll know that I love the concept of growth. And growing is possible. It's not like, there are some older people who will say that, oh, you are young, you can learn quickly. We can't grow now because we have too much things and we can't learn things. That's all bullshit. Age is just a number. You can learn whenever you want to. It might be a little bit difficult for you, but you can. So stop trying to hold you back. So this video will be regarding how I shifted my mindset for better and how I am this way today. And maybe it can help you. There'll be some tips how you can change yourself better, or if you want to start your growth journey, how it can help you. So make sure to watch the video till the end and I'll share my tips and tricks. So I started growing way before I knew the concept of mindset shift. I was growing subconsciously. I did not had any intention of doing anything particular. But there was a time when I got tired of my shit so much. I was a completely different person back then. Like 3 years ago, I was a completely different person, a complete mess who was used to blame all the things on every single thing in this world, complaining about every single thing happening and not being grateful. And it's not related to my parenting. It's just my parents always tried to have me be more grateful, but some things just comes naturally to you. So there was a time where I got tired of this so much. I'm like, that's it. There's this fire within you. There's this voice within you that'll say, that's it. Enough of you. It's time for you to change. Just be better. You can do anything in this world. So what happened? The first thing I changed was my physical appearance. I was eating so unhealthy. I was not cooking at home. I was eating all the McD fries all the time. And I was on my way of becoming a couch potato. So the first thing I changed was my physical appearance. Now, I did not, being the average girl, I did not have the confidence to step into the gym because I didn't know what I was doing back then. Like now I'm pretty confident and now I know what I'm doing. So I did not had the confidence of going to the gym. So I was like, I want to change myself. I want to change my physical appearance. How do I do it? I searched some of the dance videos on YouTube and I started doing it. I started eating healthy, all at home. There was nothing like, I stopped giving excuses of I do not have time or I cannot do this. It was just like, I want to be that. I do not see anything else. That's the first tip. When you want something, you just have to focus on that particular thing. You do not focus on the negative things. Oh, I do not have time. Oh, I do not have resources. Oh, I cannot do it. You do not focus on it. When you really want something, the whole focus is on that one thing. Like you don't care how you get it. You will get it. Like be good, be positive, don't do bad things, of course, but just focus on that one particular thing. Like you want to get that, you want to be that, and after a while, like a month or two, I started seeing the difference. I used to do it every day, and believe me, it was hard. When you're unhealthy, when you're not used to doing workout and you start doing dancing for your cardio to sweat, you just sweat so much. And it's good. Like athletes sweat. Nowadays this trend that people are ashamed of being sweaty in the gym. I'm like, what's the point of coming to gym when you don't sweat? It's good you sweat. It shows you work hard. So stop being ashamed of it, okay? And own it proudly because you're working hard. So that was the first thing I changed. Now comes your mental growth. Like, of course, mentally, I changed myself. When I started telling myself, enough of this, you have to change yourself. But there are many more things you want to achieve mentally, right? And I was waiting for that one switch to turn on. Like that one switch that will change my entire life. Like the one switch that can change my perspective of looking at things. So in my life, I always say, The pieces of puzzles always fit in my life, and they come out so good. They come out so naturally. I don't even have to work hard for that. I am lucky in that sense. Like, people have to intentionally learn about this mindset shift, learn about the concept of growth and what to do and what not. Intentionally, they'll have to start reading books. I didn't do anything intentionally, but once it changed my life, I started doing it more. That's when it became my habit, my intention of being this way. So I started reading books way back then this thing happened, because I was not too much into movies at the time and not in the series, and I didn't wanted to use my phone too much. So I just like picked any random book and I started reading it. So I got into books and I started loving reading books. So what happens, one day I'm going at my friend's place for a sleepover, and that friend's roommate, she got to know from her that I love reading books. So we started discussing about books. And it's not fiction. Sometimes people are like, oh, you can talk about fiction for hours. No, it was all non-fiction, and we had such an amazing conversation. So she mentions, hey, I have one book that I got a gift from my uncle, and that book literally changed my life. I love it. Have you read it? I'm like, which one is it? And she was like, The Secret. I'm like, I've heard about it a lot, but I haven't read it yet. Because at that moment, I was not intentionally doing things. I was just picking random things and reading them. And it was non-fiction because I had this thing in my mind. Maybe I'm just trying to learn something from the books. Not that fiction is anything wrong. I do read fictions. Fictions are my only source of entertainment sometimes. But non-fictions, I feel work way better for me. So she was like, oh, do you want to read it? I'm like, I would love that. So she gave me the book. I was there and I read that book continuously for 7 hours. I didn't had anything to eat. I didn't want to talk to anyone, and I did not talk to anyone. So I just told them, hey, do you mind if I just read it? Do not disturb me. So they went and did their work and everything, and I was just reading on their couch. That was the day something inside me turned. Like, there was some weird switch that turned. I cannot explain it to you. If you are on your growth journey, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I asked her if I can borrow that book. She was like, of course. I had that book for a week. That was not my book. See, when things have to come in your life, they'll come in your life or through your life or through somebody. So that was not my book, but that was one book that made me change my life. Yes, eventually I got that book. So I got that book for a week and I read it day and night. I read it again and again and again. I think in that 1 week, I read that book like 10 times. Yeah, I had that much time because I was in security. I was doing the concierge security back then. And believe me, I read it. I started making notes, and every single time reading that book just gave me one new thing to add to my notes. And when I gave that book to her, I was like, thank you, because she didn't know what's happening in my mind. I just told her thank you. But I'm really thankful for her to let me borrow that book. And after a week, if you would have seen me after a week reading that book, I just started loving everything. Every single thing. I just cannot explain. I started feeling better. Like, oh, it's okay. I started feeling grateful. I started feeling so happy and at peace. And I started feeling like universe is really sitting together and conspiring things to make things happen for me. I started feeling I'm God's favorite child. I was happy for no reason. And oh my God, one day my friend called and she was like, hey, what's happening? And she complained about something, and I was like, why don't you give yourself some time? I mean, it's gonna figure itself out. She's like, when do problems fix themselves? I'm like, they do. And they really do. A tip for everybody watching that video, or no, not that video, this video. I don't know what's happening to me. Everybody watching this video, every single thing in your life, I repeat, Every single thing in your life is figure outable. There's nothing that you cannot figure out. Repeat, nothing. Every single thing is figure outable. So even if you're going through your worst of times, it's figure outable. If you do not know how to figure out, just be there. Just calm down. Be patient. God's gonna send a help your way when he knows that you really need one. But when he sees potential in you, he'll push you to solve it yourself. So, well, I unintentionally grew myself into a completely different person or transformed myself. But sometimes you have to intentionally do it. If you want to be better, if you have role models, that's the best part. Because when you have role models, you're like, I want to be like them. And that's your roadmap to be like them. So when you say, oh, I wish I had their life, or oh, I wish I was like them, or oh, I wish I had a business like that, or oh, I wished I looked like her, or oh, I wish I could speak like her, or I wish I had her confidence, or I wish I looked so beautiful. At that moment, you have to know you do not wish to be like someone. You wish to have their mindset. You wish to have their values. You wish to have their discipline, their consistency. So anytime you want anything and you have a role model and you're like, oh, I want to be like them. So just pray to God, please God, give me the mindset that person has, or give me the values that person have, or give me the skill that person has. It's all your mindset. It's all your values. It's all your skills. It's not a particular person. Yes, things comes easy to particular people. Yes, they do. To me, they do. You know why? Because I believe in that. Things come easy to you when you start believing, yes, they are coming easy to you. The universe is listening to every single thing. So if I say they are coming easy to me, universe will be like, oh, I know, baby. Yes, we're gonna make things easy for you. And he does. Of course, there has to be obstacles. They are very important for your growth. But they still do come easy to you. You have to be grateful for that. So tips on how to change your mindset, how to shift your mindset for better. Take one thing at a time. Don't just rush and change every single thing. Just take one thing at a time. Maybe you want to wake up early. Start waking up early. Form new habits. I would recommend read the book Atomic Habits. I do not have a physical copy of it, but I read it on a web somewhere, and it's available online. So if you search download a PDF, I don't know, you can download it, because that's how I read it. And when I read books, I start making notes at the side. I don't leave it in the book. So when I have a physical book, I'll highlight it and read it over and over again, just for my mental note. Okay, when I do not have a physical book, I start making my notes on the side, so that every single time I need to come back to this, I can. They are my notes. And I have a habit of going back to my books every couple of years, or a year, because I have too many books now. So it takes a year or a couple of years to get back to them. Because sometimes when you read the book for the very first time, you do not see things a particular way. And then you've grown into a new person and you read it again and you're like, oh, it was there. I didn't even knew it. That's the number one tip. Form new habits. And sub tip, read Atomic Habits. It's going to be life-changing for you. Second, if possible, try to read the book The Secret. It will change your perspective regarding the law of attraction, regarding universe, regarding God. It will help you in many ways possible. There are many books that I can recommend, but I'm going to stop the books here, because now books are popping up in my mind saying, third one was The Subconscious Mind. Really great book. Anyways, if you do need the book recommendations, please DM me on Instagram or email me or comment down. I'll give more book. But another tip is start being more grateful and start keeping a journal. Journal means diary, your personal diary. I think I started keeping my journal when I was in my teenage years, but then after a while I just stopped writing, and then again, I started writing about my days, about the things I'm grateful for, about my goals and everything. Fourth and final, fourth, fifth, doesn't matter. The final tip. Your goal for this week is to set some goals. You know, your dream without a plan is just a dream. It's not a goal. So make your dream your goal. That's how you'll achieve it. That's how I've achieved many things in my life, like many. What I do is, like last year when I had to create my yearly goals, I went up to January to create my yearly goals on January 1, and it became really hectic because my action month was February, and I didn't want it to do that because I already wasted a month. But what I'm gonna do this year is I'm gonna create my vision board, my goals in December. So I will upload a video how I create my vision board and how I write my goals, how I like create my goals, and where do I get the help to shift me into that mindset to create those goals. So I'll post that video. Stay tuned, subscribe if you have not, so you will see the video sometime in December, not in November. That's my goal for December, to set goals for next year. So January can be my action month. But again, I'll tell you, it's not about New Year, like you have to take actions in New Year. It's about when you decide to take actions. Okay? If you decide to change tomorrow, tomorrow is your New Year. It's nothing bad. But I already have 2024 goals, and I'm working on them to finish till December, and then I'll start new ones in January. So we'll keep in touch. Stay tuned. And if you need any help, again, any help, I am there. Comment down, email me, or DM me on Instagram if you have anything to share. Don't worry, it'll all be confidential. I do not talk to many of my friends about my videos. I don't even know if they watch my videos. But don't worry about that. And if you need any recommendations, any help, if you want to discuss, have a conversation regarding anything, I am always up for it. And just DM me or send me an email. Thank you so much. You have a great time, and I hope this video was helpful in some way, and I hope you came through this video at the right moment in your life. Thank you.